Okay, I'm going to kind of talk you through this process just a wee bit. Of course, there's several ways to fire it up. I roll up a paper donut, stick it in there, and then surround it with coal. Now here in just a minute, you're going to see that it just gets crazy smoke. Neighbors love me. Hey, this video is sponsored by Wee Valley Ranch of Lewisburg, Kansas. Except they don't know it yet. I'll get a hold of them tomorrow or the next day and I'll let them know if they're sponsoring my video. I don't think they'll mind. Run through that process, getting that coal burning, and then it doesn't smoke quite as much. I've got my Wee Valley Ranch sweatshirt on. My wife's going to be mad at me. She hates it when I mess up my good sweatshirts. But it'll wash out. Twist that handle, put it in a vise. I need to move that vise just a little bit. Actually, I've got a better vise. I got a 4 vise that I'm going to build a mount for, and it'll make this way easier. But anyway, twist it to give yourself a decent handle to hold on to. I made that twisting tool. I just took a crescent wrench and welded a piece of wrought iron on the end of it. Heat up the other end to make the working end on it. That hammer I'm using there is one of the hammers I bought from Fiery Furnace Forge. there you have it. Got my first tool here. And I'm done with this project, so I need to drag all the coals out, let them cool off, let the fire go out. All in all, I think it's going to be a great addition. I only have one slight problem. When you move this thing around, the legs are just a little wobbly. So I think if I'm going to use this as a mobile forge, I'm going to put some braces, diagonal braces along the top of one leg down to the bottom of another to kind of keep it from rocking back and forth as you move this thing around. And then when you're moving coals around, if you're, it tends to move a little bit. So anyway, I'm going to need to brace it up, make it a little bit more stable. If it's setting secure to the floor, obviously, and you don't move it, it's quite stable. But I'm going to be moving this around, and I just want just a little bit more stability out of it. So I'm going to add some brackets and make it a stable platform.